Organizing your leftovers properly isn't just about saving space in the fridge. It's also about saving money, reducing food waste, and making your life a lot easier. In fact, the average household in the US throws away around 30 to 40% of their food every year, which can amount to hundreds or even thousands of dollars in lost groceries. Much of this waste happens when we let leftovers sit in the back of the fridge, forgotten and unappetizing. In this video, we are going to go over the best ways to organize your leftovers. So let's get into it. The first and most important tip is to label everything. Label each container with both the name of the dish and the date it was cooked. Leftovers are generally safe in the fridge for about 3 to 4 days. And after that, the chances of bacteria like Salmonella, E. coli, or Listeria growing increase significantly. While many foods look perfectly fine after a few days in the fridge, they can still be breeding grounds for harmful bacteria that you can't see, smell, or taste. Having a clear label on your leftovers ensures you stay on top of when things need to be eaten or tossed. Another essential tip is to use clear containers. Glass is preferable since it doesn't stain or absorb odors the way plastic can. With clear containers, you can see exactly what's inside, reducing the chances of letting food get lost in the back of the fridge. The more visible your leftovers are, the more likely you are to use them before they go bad. Organize your fridge into a dedicated leftover zone. This can be a designated shelf or a bin labeled "Eat Me First." This way, everyone in your household knows exactly where to look for the leftovers that need to be eaten sooner. You can also create a system where you place newer leftovers behind older ones, following the FIFO rule: first in, first out. This method ensures that older food gets eaten first and doesn't get pushed to the back, forgotten about, and eventually wasted. When storing your leftovers, consider portioning them into single-serving containers. Not only does this make reheating more convenient, but it also helps avoid the temptation to reheat everything at once, which often results in overcooking or wasting food that won't get finished. When you take the time to divide your leftovers into manageable portions, it's easier to grab exactly what you need, whether it's for lunch, dinner, or a snack. For leftovers that you won't eat within the next few days, it's a good idea to freeze them while they're still fresh. Freezing preserves food by halting the growth of bacteria, but it's important to label and date everything that goes into the freezer too. Some foods lose their flavor, texture, and nutritional value over time in the freezer, so the sooner you can use them, the better. Most frozen meals last about 2 to 3 months in the freezer, though some can last longer if stored properly. And when you defrost them, always make sure to reheat them to a safe temperature of 165 degrees Fahrenheit to kill any bacteria that may have developed while the food was stored. It's also helpful to store frozen leftovers in single-serving portions for the same reason. This makes it easier to pull out only what you need, rather than defrosting an entire casserole only to have leftovers again. If you're cooking in bulk and know that some leftovers will end up in the freezer, make sure to store them in airtight containers or freezer-safe bags to prevent freezer burn and preserve their texture and flavor. Did you know that some foods, like rice and pasta, can actually be dangerous if stored incorrectly or left too long? Cooked rice is especially prone to developing bacteria called Bacillus cereus, which can cause food poisoning if not refrigerated quickly enough. It's crucial to store rice in an airtight container within 1 hour of cooking to keep it safe. Similarly, pasta can turn mushy and unappetizing if stored too long, especially in creamy or tomato-based sauces. The key here is to eat it within a few days or freeze it for later. When reheating frozen or refrigerated leftovers, try to avoid using a microwave, which can sometimes heat unevenly. Instead, reheating on the stovetop or in the oven ensures that the food is heated thoroughly and evenly. If you use a microwave, always stir the food halfway through to ensure an even temperature. One final pro tip: invest in a food storage system that works for your lifestyle. Whether it's stackable containers, labeled bags, or a vacuum-sealed storage system, the right tools can make all the difference in keeping your food organized and fresh for longer. An organized fridge and freezer not only help you reduce waste, but it also allows you to be more intentional about how you eat, minimizing last-minute takeout orders or the temptation to throw away leftovers just because you forgot they were in there. With a few simple changes to how you organize and store your food, you can extend the life of your leftovers, Keep your kitchen running smoothly and contribute to a more sustainable household.